Nestle USA issuing a voluntary recall of certain Hot Pockets.
Food company says they contain a small amount of recalled beef.
Oh, my God! I had no idea they put actual beef in these. I thought the insides were just stuff they found in their pockets.
Joining us now, Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Michael Moss. His book, Salt, Sugar, Fat, How the Food Giants Hooked Us, is now out in paperback, and I really believe this book has started a revolution, a movement. It's a moment in history where we're all looking at the food we eat differently, thanks in part to you. The book's out in paperback. The reaction you've gotten, have you seen any significant, at least, efforts to change our diet overall, or what's the response?
I think it's been a bad year for the food giants.
Very
I have
bad.
to say, more and more people are caring about what they're putting in their bodies. They're demanding healthier versions of their products, and the companies are going, can we do it? And what about our own incredible deep reliance on gobs of salt, sugar, fat to make our products convenient, low-priced, and utterly tasty? They're really struggling.
It is a struggle because salt, sugar, and fat, Mike Barnacle, is what makes you want to buy it. I'm not joking.
Well, 70 pounds of sugar a year we put into our bodies. I mean, you know, we get it. You know, adults, I think, get it, what you're talking about, what you've written about.
Yeah.
But what about the dangers, the constant and chronic danger of taking little kids into the supermarket with you when you're shopping and the cereal line? You know, and you look at some of the cereals, Count Chocula and stuff like that they grab. I mean, they might as well be just taking a bowl of Revere sugar and dumping it right into their systems.
And I think sort of what's so stunning is it's so precisely engineered. They do studies where they put devices on people's heads to measure their eye movements. They know when you walk in the aisle, your attention goes to the center part of the aisle at eye level, so that's where they put the most sugary things, right?
What kind of devices? Tell me about
What measures your eye movements, right, by milliseconds,
now,
and so they
this?
can tell exactly what you're looking at. The contractors for the retailers.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's the supermarket is not, you know, it's this la la land, right? Soft music, neon colors, that's expertly primed and tuned to get you to make impulse decisions. So you can fight back, though. I mean, that's one of the amazing things for me is in the learning experience, which is that knowing all the tricks they throw at you when you take those kids into the supermarket, right? They've got to look low on the shelf or ask you to reach high. That's where the less sugary cereals are, for example. They're there. You just have to hunt for them.
So, Michael, for parents that are looking for healthy alternatives to teach their kids, because we all learn from those above us, so sometimes we got introduced to things as kids that we fall in love with. What do you say to parents out there to help teach kids those healthy habits so that they can then grow with them?
Yeah, you know, I spent a whole chapter on the demise of the home economic system in this country where girls, but also boys to some extent, were taught how to shop and cook and be mindful of food. You have to engage the kids. You can't preach to them, tell them. You have to explain to them that they are especially hardwired for sugar. Every one of their little 10,000 taste buds is just craving that sweet taste. And the problem is that the companies have made everything in the store sweet.
Everything has sugar in it. That's the bigger issue. You can't teach because where are they going to get something that doesn't have sugar in it? And barbecue sauce has sugar in it. Everything has sugar in it.
Yogurt can be as sweet as ice cream.
Potato chips?
Yes, absolutely.
Have sugar in them. Okay, it's everywhere. It has become almost pervasive in our society where you have to work really hard to find something without sugar, but then it might have salt.
But isn't there big money to be made for those companies that are willing to invest in organic and healthy foods that get us back to a more naturally balanced diet?
Well, organic's another thing, and you have to be careful with that too, because an organic product will theoretically be lower in pesticides, but it can still be loaded with fat, sugar, and salt. You have to be a little worried about that.
So do healthier foods, or would healthier foods with less sugar, would healthier foods be more expensive for families?
Right now they are.
It is now.
Right now that's the problem.
Shopping in the produce section is more expensive than going to the frozen food and getting that pizza, right?
So let me ask you a question now, as your book pertains to mine on food addiction, and I know you're writing another book now on the addictive qualities of certain substances.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I have been struggling with this. You make fun of me with the donuts or whatever. And the burger cookies you gave me the other day, in all seriousness, I ate the chocolate off every one, and I couldn't stop. And it's funny, but it's not, because I ate so much sugar in one sitting, and I had to, and I was about to faint if I didn't literally get a huge amount of that chocolate from the burger cookies in my mouth.
I feel bad.
Yeah, you should. No. And then I almost got sick. So I mean, I know that sounds real, but I don't think I'm alone in food obsession and food addiction. And is there anything beyond my own lack of discipline that is physiological about this addiction? What are you finding?
You know, I am digging into that really closely, and I love your book, by the way, because it's so empowering for readers, and I love that you can sort of laugh about the situation too. But there's no question that for many people, they can't touch sugar without losing control.
Right.
And the real question is, are they born that way, or is this a result of sort of the mass infusion, savage marketing by the food giants in habituating us to sugar? It may be a little bit of both, but I'm going to find out.
I can't wait. And don't feel bad, I love them. But maybe just give me one, Thomas.
Okay, moderation.
Thank you. The book is Salt, Sugar, and Fat, now out in paperback. It's an incredible book. Every home should have this on their bookshelf and read it. Michael Moss, thank you so much.